Well, it's not the status quo. What you do is you got to separate from the overall picture of Albany and look at individual members. And I think I separate myself from some of the mass confusion in Albany. For example, when the coup took place, I wasn't part of the coup. I was invited to be part of the coup, but I wasn't. And what that caused was 7 weeks of turmoil. And that's part of the reason that people are so dissatisfied. I made sure that I stay clear of things like that. What I do is work hard for the people in the 58th District. I only have one special interest group I ever answer to. That's the people of the 58th District. And how you manage to create change is through seniority, relationships, and knowing the system so that you know where to go for certain problems that people have. You know where to go when a community comes and says, we need this, how can you help us? The experience that you have can help with the change because you know what works and what doesn't work. And the fact is, when you were in the minority as long as I was, and you finally get to the majority, we are finally in a position to create change. And we've already done that. We've opened up the way the Senate operates. We've given a better share of the resources to the minority party. We've let bills be voted on in committee that weren't picked by the chairman. An individual member can ask that his bill gets voted on. We have a tax and budget review committee that meets monthly to try to find better ways to get the budget done and better ways to do taxing and ways to change the way we do taxing. So that is all put in since then. We also have a task force on better ways to doing government altogether, and we have another task force that I'm a member on, and is looking at every single agency in the state, finding the waste, finding if it's something we can get rid of, finding better ways to do that particular agency's job, and working with them to get those changes put into place. And if it takes legislation, that task force will be putting in all the legislation necessary to provide the changes that we found with the problems that we came up while we did the research on every individual agency in the state. And that's why you can say that you can still be an agent of change even though you've been there for a while.